Hello, this is Jorge Herrera, and today I want to talk about obesity and common sense. Why do I want to talk about obesity? Because we have an epidemic. I didn't resist this, but the percentage of obese people is, I would say that out of 10 Americans, five at least are obese. And why do we have this? We have this because of uh, strong influences that come from TV, influences that come from advertising, influences that come from influential people. So we see on TV all the time the convenient food, the fast food. And what do they show? They show a lot of bread, they show a lot of bread covered food, and the famous French fries and the very sweet drinks. And I don't know if you know, but the worst poison that there is on earth is called sugar. So all that causes obesity. On top of that, they advertise humongous portions. So those are the influences that cause that people are obese. But on top of that, there are certain people that want to take the responsibility away from us to decide if we want to be fit or want to be obese. And recently, I was watching some videos, and, and by coincidence, well, I don't know, somehow I ended up watching a video from a lady doctor that was interviewed at the five. So this lady was saying that it's not your fault to be obese because it is a genetical problem. It is in our genes. So I thought, how come people in the 50s, 40s, most of them were slim? What happened? The genes change? Aren't those the genes that we're supposed to have? The genes from our ancestors? So it's not a genetical thing. We still have a mind, and we still can decide how we want to treat our body. We want to take care of it, or if we don't care and let it go obese, and we don't do exercise, so all that causes big damage to our beautiful body. And I say beautiful because our bodies are amazing. We give them some help, they really give us tremendous satisfaction because we can keep healthy, we don't get sick, and if we by any chance get attacked by a virus or something, our recovery is very fast. That is, if we keep our body the way that we should keep it, that we should take care of it, given the proper food and in the proper amount. Let's talk about my case. I normally eat once a day. So if I overeat, if I eat a humongous portion, I have less chance to be obese because I'm overeating only one time. But if I overeat in all my three, um, in all my three takes of takes of food or my three uh, dinners, then I certainly would be obese. So limiting the amount of food can help us control this, and looking at what we eat can help us control obesity. We look at how much sugar we are ingesting. If we look at how many carbohydrates we are ingesting, we can control obesity. So it's not in our genes. And the funny thing was that most of you might know Oprah Winfrey, and she, I believe, she has had some issues controlling her obesity of her body. And sometimes she loses it, and sometimes she gains weight. So what is that? It's because sometimes she's disciplined and sometimes she's not. So that's how we control obesity, being disciplined by following proper practices. So don't let people tell you that you are not responsible for your health, that is in your genes. That is BS. That is business sense. That if you pay attention to what you eat, you are not going to be obese. The other thing that I wanted to talk is about common sense. I consider myself a a law-abiding citizen, but I've done stupid things. When I was young in Colombia, I remember I left the university with some friends, and in university, when we were young, we were very stupid. So we were in the revolutionary spirit. Somehow, somebody presented at the university, I don't remember exactly whom, but we came out with the spirit of rebellion. So we sat down across a street, a road, to stop traffic. What happened? Police came around and they arrested us, and we ended up in the police headquarters. We were arrested, so we had to call our parents to come and get us out of there, in some fines or somehow finding some help. But when you do, when you try to obstruct the law, there are bad consequences. But normally, law-abiding citizens do not obstruct the law. And what do we see today, especially in all those blue states? They don't want to abide by the law. They want to oppose it. They want to obstruct. So that's not what a law-abiding citizen does. So what's wrong? What happened with the common sense? And this is a union of states, and the union of states created a federal government. And all the states, to kind of being able to agree on things, all the states gave the federal government um, the power to make decisions for for the states. I mean, the states have the last saying, but if we use common sense, normally the federal government tries to keep all the states going in harmony and being peaceful, progressing. But some of the states decide that don't that they don't want to abide by the law, then the federal government has to intervene, and that's what's has been happening lately. And why? Because we have an invasion of illegal aliens. Undocumented people came into this country in in quantities that no country can control. No country can survive with that kind of unrestricted and uncontrolled immigration. So when the when we had elections, the majority people voted for a president that said that promised that he was going to get all that invasion of illegal immigrants out of the country. The majority of us voted for him to do that. But what do we have now? We have a few states, blue states, that want to fight the law and want to fight the federal government. And for what? To protect illegal aliens. And most of them are really bad criminals. Now, when you disobey the law, you break it. And breaking the law is actually a crime. It could be a low level crime, but it is still a crime to break the law. So law abiding citizens normally do not looking to obstruct the law. And if we analyze all that is happening on those blue states, those people don't have any common sense because they are exposing themselves, obstructing federal officers to protect illegals. That has consequences. So I don't know what's happening with common sense. Well, I wanted to mention that, and if you agree with me, I hope so. If you want to debate and you want to put a message under the video that you're watching, please, and we'll have a debate. We'll have a conversation. Thank you. I'll talk to you next time.